Hey guys, Eric here. Got another video for you. I'm on a spree today. Something came to me. INFJs need an INFJ. Now, this video may seem like it's geared towards INFJs. It is not. It is geared toward every other personality type. Believe it or not. But it involves INFJs, so stay tuned. If you are an INFJ or you know one, watch this video through to the end and learn from it. You'll be blessed. So, to kind of start right off, INFJs naturally take the role of a counselor. We're constantly reading into people and we're seeing past their masks so that we can help them. And we may seem incredibly forgiving and we may seem very charismatic, but that's just our FE talking. Our NI is what's going on in our head. Our FE is what you see. This is what's really going on inside of our head. So to the outside world, we look very charismatic, we look very enthusiastic, we look very compassionate, we look very caring, we look very forgiving. I know a lot of INFJs who can testify that's not quite the case. We may look forgiving, yeah, but if you could see what's going on in our head and what's going on inside of us, we're a volcano that's boiling lava. It's just under our skin. But our FE makes us want to connect, so we're constantly enthusiastic and compassionate and reaching out to people, which is a great thing. But there's a problem. Anyone knows that whenever you bottle things up, it eventually comes to explode. Sadly, and unfortunately for an INFJ, this never really gets to come out whenever we are around other people and with them. Why? Because we love people too much. And for that reason, we don't share with people what's going on inside of our mind to the depth that we want to. We share. But we want somebody else to see our psyche, to dissect us, to care for us. We want somebody else without us having to say a word. Intuition is so complex, we can't explain it. We can't tell you what we want you to do for us because it's beyond words. It's intuition. We want someone else to see past our mask, to see past the superficial. And to an INFJ, it's very superficial, and it angers us that people can't see this. We want to love people, and we're constantly doing it, and that's what people see. And it angers us that we perceive people as shallow, so shallow that they can't see that we have needs. We're constantly giving with our FE. We're so good at reading people, so it's like we're a psychotherapist to everyone. And to an INFJ, anybody who gets caught up in that is shallow to us. Now, we don't actually think you're shallow. We understand that you have emotions and needs too. But we feel that way because we're so frustrated. We want someone to understand our NI. We want someone to look past the mask of, oh, he's a psychotherapist, he's a counselor, he's a commandant. He's a INFJ, to he's a person and he has needs and I want to understand him. INFJs need someone to be an INFJ. If you've ever heard the phrase, be all you can be, scratch that out and throw it away. That is not what an INFJ wants you to be. Secretly, that's not what we want you to be. Yes, we want authenticity. We want you to be yourself. But when it comes to our needs, we don't want you to be yourself because you're not able to give us what we need. We want you to be an INFJ. We want to receive the seed that we've sown. And that means that we want you to stop being, I'm just going to say it because I can't figure out how else to take this. Don't take this as a personal attack. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling underneath my skin. I want you to stop being so self-absorbed and think of me for a change. Stop looking at me as an INFJ. Throw yourself away and just for one moment, be my counselor. One moment, why don't you be my commandant? Why don't you look behind my skin and actually try to figure out what's making me boil underneath? Why don't you take the time to minister to me? Why don't you take the time to serve me and listen to what I have to say? And better yet, ask me the right questions. Put the thought and the time and the energy that I put into you. Now, INFJs. Other people are not INFJs. Our expectations of them in this regard are unrealistic. They don't have NI the way we do. That's not their primary cognitive thinking function for a lot of people. And it's definitely not normal for them. I understand we have this need. It needs to be met. This is why an EN personality is best suited for an INFJ as a partner. Because they understand intuition and over the course of time, they can learn about us and how to meet us and ask the right questions. That's why it's ideal for us to be with a partner who's an EN type, EN dominant, ENTP, ENFP, because they're feelers. And that means that that when push comes to shove and over the course of time, they will want to connect with us and understand us and ask us those questions and help us feel understood. And we need that. We need it. But when an INFJ is upset, they don't want you to be yourself. I take that back. They want you to be yourself. They just don't want you to be all you can be. They want you to be you. They don't want you to be someone you're not. But they do want you to take the role that you normally don't. How about some self-sacrifice here is what the INFJ is thinking. They'll never tell you, because we know in our intuition you wouldn't understand why. If I wasn't explaining this to you and I just said, stop being all you can be and be what I need, you wouldn't understand. You'd say, I'm just being real selfish. I'm not being selfish, I have needs. And now I'm explaining them to you through this video. That's what I'm talking about. An INFJ would never tell you what we really want. You see 20% of who we are. And the rest gets stuck under the surface because other people just don't understand how to relate to us, how to see past that superficial. So, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so other people just they don't understand. We're never going to tell you what's actually bothering us, what's really on our mind. We're never going to bring you to the depth of us because you don't understand us. And that's the problem. We need you to be what we need. Don't be all you can be, because what you can be is what you take from us. You being all you can be just means we have to be your counselor. Yes, be yourself. But how about taking the role of my therapist for a moment and counseling me? How about taking the role of my therapist for a moment? And you ask me questions and don't give me your input until after you understand me. And until after you understand why I feel the way that I feel. What made me feel the way that I feel. I'm going to school for therapy. That's what I want to be. I want to actually be a therapist. A lot of schooling, but I want to be a psychotherapist. It's natural for an INFJ, but I want to actually get the degree to help people. And, I understand it doesn't come naturally to everyone. And an INFJ understands that. And if we see you're putting in the effort, we'll open up to you. And this is the biggest way to bond with us. If you never do this for an INFJ, you're never going to bond with them more than with 20, maybe 30% of their personality. You're never going to get to know the real us, because we need something that you can't give us, which means we can't let our guard down around you, because you're not going to minister to our emotional needs. And that means that we can never be our true self around you. So if you really want to get to know an INFJ, past they're an INFJ, there's a lot more to us. There is a lot more to us than NI and FE and TI. There is a lot more to us. As soon as you get to the SE stage, whenever we're focusing on how we feel around you, we're looking into your eyes, because just to look at the eye color and to admire who you are as a person. Once you get to that SE phase, where we're actually listening to the sound of your voice, we love hearing you laugh, and we connect with you on an emotional level, only then do you really start getting to know who we are as individuals. Only then do you really see our giddy personality and the way that we laugh and the types of jokes that we make whenever no one else is around. You really want to get to know an INFJ, be an INFJ to them.